Okay, make sure it's recording. Hello everybody, welcome back to Marco Productions. My name's Michael Lance, and today we're going to be going over a what if that I've actually been putting off for a good while now. I still got to come out with the Ultron Win Start Multiverse side of it, so which is like the other what if I need to get, but this one is special and it's going to be new and different. Let's get into it. And by the way, I'm sorry if I haven't linked any videos that I promised I would in the explain videos. I do try, and I usually prepare the video first before I prepare this description. But moving on, this is fully original, all mine, like all my what ifs. Okay, let's get into it. Our story begins right here. Omega BEERON relishes his new power of Gogito Super Saiyan Blue floor flowing through his veins. Or he is soon met with Dark Khan's arrival and sees him relishing the Infinity Gauntlet stolen from Ultron Sigma. BEERON questions where he is and who Dark Khan is, claiming he's in the multiverse he's familiar with. Dark Khan says he's that scroll. However, Dark Khan claims that he's in his multiverse and is in the center of all universes in his multiverse, which is why he will still be able to use the gauntlet. BEERON says whether this multiverse or not, he will have to deal with the Omnikin. Whether it's in this multiverse, he will not have to deal with the Omnikin. And even if he didn't have to, with the power he's got now, it's highly unlikely Zeno could kill him. Dark Khan says he doesn't know or care where he's from or who he is. All he has to say is fight. As Dark Khan rushes in, claiming Omega BEERON will be a massive threat to his power. Thus, the battle continues and ensues. Omega BEERON and Dark Khan have a battle throughout the center of the multiverse, end up crashing into other realities. They crash into one where the Avengers are getting slaughtered by Brainiac. However, Dark Khan and BEERON land and they incinerate everyone there. BEERON then flies out through the people and grabs two of them and throws them in the way of Dark Khan, who just blasts them away. BEERON grabs Thor and holds him as a shield, but Dark Khan punches a hole through his gut, with blood spewing everywhere. BEERON then throws his body away and blasts Dark Khan in the face. Dark Khan then twirls around and smashes his hammer into Omega BEERON's back, sending him flying. Dark Khan then smashes down on BEERON and then burrowed down through the universe itself. BEERON then releases a huge energy ball at Dark Khan. He uses his own rage energy to complement the blast and send it back at BEERON. BEERON then dodges out of the way until Dark Khan uses his Infinity Gauntlet to blast BEERON with the power of the rainbow, who crashes into another universe. This time, BEERON lands in Outworld, in front of the pyramid constructed by Blaze, the Tower of Armageddon. In the midst of the battle, BEERON questions why no one is questioning why he landed here, which is odd for him because his power's so big, and this is going on during the cutscene of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. But let's move on. Dark Khan then arrives there and starts cutting swaths through everybody, beheading and decapitating them, or just dismembering them. BEERON is just confused and flies toward the pyramid place. Dark Khan is having a blast, killing every mortal combatant he comes across in brutal terms. He eventually finds the other half to himself, Shao Kahn, and his old mentor, Onaga. The two quit fighting after sensing the presence of another Shao Kahn, which is actually inside Dark Khan. Dark Khan then goes toe-to-toe with them both at the same time until he grabs Onaga and, towering over the Dragon King himself, he tells him in this whole fight he could have ended him at any time or control him with the rage energy, but he wanted to make sure he endures the shame of being beaten by a god that he could never be. Then Dark Khan snaps Onaga's neck and looks at Shao Kahn with such disappointment. Dark Khan asks what is he waiting for. The Tower of Armageddon is up there. Shao Kahn, who asks who he is. Dark Khan reasons if he really has to ask. Shao Kahn says no, then drops his hammer as he's engulfed by a yellow light and absorbed into Dark Khan himself, emptying up his powers even more. An ominous voice says, more. Soon there will be enough. Shao Kahn for the true murder to begin. Dark Khan nods and moves to BEERON. BEERON has now murdered Blaze and is approaching the ultimate power, till Dark Khan stops him with the Infinity Gauntlet, telling him he spends too much time running when he should be fighting. BEERON says he agrees and takes the full power of Armageddon himself and blasts its full power into Dark Khan, which is not him taking the power, it's him using the power itself. Alright. Where was I? Blasts himself in full power into Dark Khan, trying to destroy him. Dark Khan's body begins breaking apart as there's a massive explosion on the pyramid. And BEERON believes he's defeated Dark Khan. He then turns and sees a beaming light from the sky as the Elder Gods, including Cetrion, along with Shinnok, arrive on top of the pyramid as well, with Kronika showing up and telling BEERON he's ruined the timeline worse than Raiden ever did, and thus must be exterminated for his actions. Then BEERON flies in at the Elder Gods, crushing each of them easily due to his insane power. Each Elder God has a Kami Dogu since it's their most powerful weapon. However, from the smoke and crater before Dark Khan's glowing eyes can be seen, and he is pissed. He then uses energy blast from his eyes to kill one of the Elder Gods before striking BEERON. Kronika then notices Dark Khan and proclaims, You're the one that ended my first timeline in the other universe's timeline, you bastard. However, Dark Khan brushes it off, asking what right she has to speak to him like that. Kronika says she's a Titan. Dark Khan corrects her, saying she is no Titan, she is. He then soars up and jams his hand inside her gun, a relic, as then rips out her entrails, absorbs her sands of time hourglass to the time stone, and takes all the souls from her crown. He then turns to her and dangles her impaled body on his hand. She asks, what is he? Dark Khan gives her a glimpse into the future. True form dark side, with 2 Shao Kahns shackled, with 6 more needing to be collected until it's complete. Then drops Kronika to the pyramid top, with her having to contemplate that shortly before hitting the ground, breaking her neck and gurgling on her own blood. Then the pyramid is destroyed by Dark Khan, which effectively starts ending the universe, until BEERON summons all of the Kami Dogus and forges them into a pair of 2 swords to not free the one being. He then wields them with the malicious intent. Dark Khan chuckles as the universe ends. BEERON and Dark Khan stand against each other amidst between the universes again. BEERON questions how the power of Armageddon didn't kill him. Dark Khan explains it may have been from his type of universe and did harm him. It couldn't kill him. You can't allow it. He has plans in motion to overthrow the Omnigods beyond him, far beyond anything that he could imagine. BEERON questions why. Dark Khan says he used to believe that the anti-life equation, he could rule all of the beings blessed with. Hold up. Dark Khan says he used to believe with the anti-life equation he could rule over all, but after being blessed with this rage power, the Omnigods inevitably made their own devil, their own god of destruction, who will end the Omnigods themselves after becoming one of them. BEERON says he has an offer. Dark Khan refuses before he even says anything. Dark Khan then tells him that he wants to fuse with him, but Dark Khan claims that there will be only one ruler of the Omniverse, and no one else can take that from him. BEERON comments not one being will be ruling, he is a fusion as well. Dark KAHN has already planned for this. Dark KAHN says he's been working on becoming truly one being. Then as BEERON holds the Kamidogu blades, Dark KAHN brings forth a mallet and smash into each other, shaking the multiverse. They eventually spread their energy and influence the multiverse just by fighting. Eventually they come crashing into an alternate reality where Goku is training as a Super Saiyan God for Beerus. This confuses BEERON and Dark KAHN, who realize that since their battle was spreading across the multiverse, which is already infinitely expanding, they must be battling at such a rate the multiverse is merging memories, thoughts, and timelines of BEERON into their own main universe, effectively creating a whole nother exact copy of the Dragon Ball multiverse in Dark KAHN's own multiverse. Dark KAHN chuckles. This will be more rage for him to consume and use. Dark KAHN then blasts Beerus through the heart and beheads Whis, with God Goku being eliminated by BEERON. BEERON then looks at Dark KAHN with all his ominous power. Dark KAHN is radiating so much combat rage now. BEERON is terrified and races off to the corners of the universe to hide, to have time to survive. BEERON runs and hides somewhere in between the multiverse, far away from Dark KAHN. Dark KAHN tells him so much for the Great Destroyer, the man who claimed he killed the Omni King someday, reduced to a pale coward, even more so than he was before. Dark KAHN then looks on at the infinite multiverse and asks one question: who's next? As he then proclaims, fight, as some of the universes begin to glow yellow with rage. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I worked really hard on this what if, and I really did try on it. Anyways guys, please do drop a comment down below and tell me what you think. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy, and click that notification bell if you are subscribed. Thank you so much for 53 subscribers at the time of this recording. I love you all so much, and have a wonderful day. Peace.